Hi guys, welcome back to my channel and welcome back to another episode of Cookmas, where every day in December I'm sharing a new recipe. Tonight is another one from my mother. This is her Rouladen recipe. She's been making this for probably like 25 years and it's so good. So you only need a few ingredients. We have some carrots, onions, and some pickles. And she also gets some beef steak just cut very thin. And though this isn't part of the recipe that I have in the description box, she always does this. She kind of makes up her own thing. She puts a little bit of pickle juice on each piece of meat. And then she's going to take Dijon mustard and just spread some of that on each piece of meat. She was driving me nuts when I was filming this because she kept stopping to talk to me. And I was like, keep going. I don't want my cooking videos super long. But I'm going to show you how she makes it because it is one of my favorite things to eat, hands down. She normally buys like the baby carrots and then she like quarters them. And then the onions, she just has them sliced. And for the pickles that she adds, she always gets the stackables, so they're real thin, which I find is perfect. And then she also did cook some bacon, so she's adding a couple broken up pieces of bacon to it as well. And it kind of looks like a lot there, but you're going to roll it up pretty tightly. And she said she found this recipe in a German cookbook a long time ago. And I mean, I could remember eating it my entire childhood. It's so, so good. And I've never heard of anyone else making it. So let me know if you've ever heard of this, because I'd be curious to know. So now the toothpicks, so you will have to put it together, hold it together with toothpicks. So we used to use just plain wooden toothpicks, but those are kind of hard to see. You got to cook them and then make sure you take them all out, because I have bitten into one before. So we started using the colored toothpicks, but the only thing with that is the dye from the toothpicks will get on the meat. Not that that harms anything. It just looks gross when the green dye gets on the meat. It looks moldy. So that's just an FYI. But makes it easier to find them when you're hunting for those bad boys. But she left the pan that had a little bit of the bacon grease and she heated that back up. And then she's going to add all of her little Rouladen roll-ups. And you're going to brown them on all sides. She also makes homemade mashed potatoes to go with this, and it's just so perfect. So she's going to let that cook. And here's the golden mushroom soup. I wanted to show that. We're going to be using that in the next clip. It's kind of hard to brown them since the toothpicks stick out a little bit. So not all the sides will be nice and golden brown, but that's okay. You just want to try to sear them as much as you can. And then when you're done with that, you add in that can of golden mushroom soup. She always puts a little bit on top of each one. And then once the entire can is in there, you put the lid on and you let it simmer for an hour and 15 minutes. And all that soup will get nice and liquidy. And then while it's doing that, she'll boil her potatoes and make her mashed potatoes. So here's what it looks like when it gets done. So you just need to take it out and remove all the toothpicks that are stuck in there. And sometimes they get like buried in there because they're so thick. There's times where I'm like, how could you not see a toothpick? Trust me, it's happened. So once I get all of them out, I just completely just slice it all over. It just looks like a bunch of mush. And then I plate it with some mashed potatoes. And just the pickles and the carrots and the onions, everything is cooked and it's super soft, and I just can't even describe it. It's just so good. I hope you guys give this a try because I really think you'll like it. It's one of my favorite things. So thank you so much for watching, and please subscribe for more recipes. Bye guys.